Hello and welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today we're going to talk about Tesla and I'm going to go through their technicals. I'm not going to cover the fundamental for Teslas because we already know the balance sheet for the company, income statement, everything is phenomenal right now. There's no point in talking about fundamentals at this point. This is more of a swing trade. I'm going to talk about the levels that I have here. Before I get into the video, if you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. I release video every day and the objective is to get you guys information on different stocks. I usually don't cover all the big companies. I usually cover penny stocks and things like that, IPO. The objective is to get you guys information early. If you're looking at a stock or if some levels that you're looking at, for example, if you're trading options, in that case, I usually cover SPY levels just to give you guys a heads up where the stock is heading. So this same thing here, we're going to talk about Tesla real quick. So on my right, I have weekly chart and on my left, I have a daily chart. The way I usually do it like this is because I think it's very important to understand from the support and resistance perspective, and you got to go in a hierarchy, right? So I usually go from weekly, daily, and then 4 hours and 30 minutes if needed, right? So right now I'm on a weekly and a daily just to give you perspective what we are. So there's a support here at 206, 206.47 or so. This support was established. Again, this was a resistance since 2020. In 2021. And then, of course, when you have a resistance and stock crosses that resistance, it becomes your support. And right now, this is a very hard support. And it's very interesting to see if the stock crosses this support right here and goes down. It's definitely going down to 186 without a doubt because there's nothing in between that really holds it that much that is going to, price action is going to happen here. The trend is going to continue to downwards and it's going to get to 186. If you look at the daily chart, for example, same thing here. RSI is like 25, 24 right now. Major selling going on for the stock right now. RSI for the weekly one is around 30, 37. Anything below 50s means the stock is on a decline. MACD on a weekly already started popping out, which means it's heading down. Histogram looking a little thicker now, is getting bigger. On a daily chart, Instagram is already, thicken up. It's already, this major overselling is going on for the stock, right? So I have a feeling that stock is going to cross this, this barrier right here. The support is going to go down to 186. Of course, if you're looking to short the stock, great option. You can't really short on Robinhood. You have to use at least Think or Swim, or if options for Tesla is really expensive. I usually don't do options for Tesla. They're very expensive. However, I usually do stocks. And this right here, to me, the next week is going to be, I think, so the way it works is like, a lot of people be looking at 5 minutes chart, 1 minute chart. It's a different story when you look at 1 minute chart, right? Right here, you see a green candle, but you got to go for the daily and the weekly if you're looking at a swing trade perspective. If I'm doing day trading, for example, and I'm going to go there and I'm going to look at the 5 minutes and 1 minute chart, just to confirm that, okay, this is what's happening, and then, get into the trade and come out of here. But as a swing trader, you want to look at the long term, what's going on with the stock. So again, long term barrier for the stock. As I said, right, when 206 is crucial. When it crosses this, it goes down to, let's say, 205. For example, 204, you already know it's heading down to 186 at that point. And now if it crosses 186, let's say the week after, or 2 weeks from now, it could get to 154. Essentially, market is coming down. Sooner or later, it's going to come down. If you see a lot of times, I'm going to go to the monthly chart for a quick minute, just to give you a perspective here. COVID started in 2020 or so, in beginning of 2020. And around that time, the stock was around 154, right? During the COVID time, the stock rised. It rose all the way up to 391. Now, I think it's gonna have a market, it's gonna have a correction. The reason a lot of stocks went up, the rally happened because there's a lot of money. People were not going to work, working from home. Money is not being invested in the market. A lot of people started investing in the market and started buying. And this is again supply and demand, right? A lot of people are demanding the stock. Of course, the price is going to go up. It's all supply and demand here, right? If somebody wants something and you have 100 people looking for the same thing, the price is going to go up. So this is what's happening now. As Fed is trying to pull the rug under everybody. They're trying to raise, cost of borrowing, and this is what's going to happen eventually is people are going to lose their jobs. There's going to be less demand for everything, and a lot of people are not going to be able to make money off the stock market at that point. So, of course, even though you can do put options, but you'll be very surprised if you see put options as a whole, that how much of a put options is a waste right now. There's a lot of money being wasted on put options. Because, generally what's happening is you would think the next day the market is going to go down, and you see plenty of people saying the market is going to go down. The next day you come in, You buy a put option and suddenly the market just goes up, right? It has a rally. So very volatile right now. So again, I think if it crosses this support, it's heading down to 186. I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for this on Monday. Keep an eye out on this one. Everything indicating the stock is going to head down. RSI is down for the daily. In a weekly RSI is like 36, which is heading down. If a weekly RSI comes down to below 30, you already know stock is heading down to 186, 170, 174. But again, market has been very volatile, so it's really hard to predict at this point. This is why we really got to stick to technicals right now and see what is happening here. What levels are we looking at? So this is a hard level here, and stay tuned for this. Keep an eye out on this one. If it starts coming down, you already know, shorting is going to help people make some money in there. So hope you guys liked this video. If you did, do give it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.